going on? How's it been going? It is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. I'm here in good old Lori State Park, and I'm going to be taking you along for a little Sunday trail run. And yeah, it's been a few weeks. I mean, it's been, I don't know, 4 weeks since I filmed something other than when I filmed stuff for the High Lonesome race. And I feel like it's time to catch up. It's 10 o'clock, 10:15. It's gonna probably get pretty hot today. What's new? But yeah, just a quick little 10-mile trail run. Yesterday, I did my first long run with my good friend Chloe, who paced me during the High Lonesome 100. We went and ran in Rocky Mountain National Park. We did an 18-mile run up to the incredible Chasm Lake. The run we did had about 5,000 feet of elevation gain, so it was pretty solid. And I mean, 18 miles, super solid. So without me rambling too much, let's go ahead, get the vest on, and get started. It's hot. We're doing a trail run, which means I want something breathable, but also practical for the trails. So today's Jonji apparel, I have on the Jonji multi-short. These are a tried and true favorite of mine. They're good and perforated. They have some awesome pockets in the waistband. So if you care to check out the Jonji multi-short, click the link in the description. Use my code MountainHighLife for 10% off your order. Thank you so much to Jonji for partnering with me, believing in my channel, and making phenomenal running apparel. Okay, trail run time. Let's go. Feeling surprisingly good today, especially considering the effort I did yesterday. I'd say we're 2/3 or 3/4 of the way done with today's climb, and my legs feel pretty good. I feel pretty energized and cruising along. Just hit 5 miles. It hasn't been quite as hot as I thought it would be, which is awesome, even on the climb. Although a part of me has to wonder if I'm just heat acclimated to it being 90 degrees and it being in the 80s. I'm like, oh, it feels kind of nice. Who knows? But we're just gonna keep cruising and crushing and enjoying this beautiful morning and hoping it doesn't get too much hotter. I did want to pop in and say thank you so much to Suunto. Suunto so kindly sent me the Suunto Run watch, which I'm really excited to share a little bit of information with you guys about today. So I think this watch would appeal to a lot of viewers who are newer to running and are interested in getting a run specific watch. The Suunto Run watch has a beautiful AMOLED screen. It's lightweight. It also has a battery life. It'll last 12 days, and when it's in training mode, it'll last 21 hours. I think one thing that would appeal to newer runners or people who are looking to get a run watch is the fact that this watch has 34 different activities to choose from, whether you're into walking or hiking, paddle boarding, rock climbing, mountain biking, anything active. You can pretty much find it on the watch, which I think makes it really nice to not necessarily commit to just a running watch. It does have dual band GPS, so it helps to just have a really accurate pace and distance when you are out there putting in the work. And if you are newer to running and looking to get a little bit faster or just get used to running in general, it does have run specific tools like interval workouts on the watch. And one of the things that I really love that is it just offers some body metrics, for example, how you're recovering, what your training load is like, heart rate, sleep, things of that nature that I just think is really important and valuable, especially if you are getting into running. And I think one of the best features is I feel like this is a very affordable watch, not too much of a barrier to entry for people who are newer to running. So if you're interested in checking out the Suunto Run watch, you can go ahead and click the link in the description as well as the pinned comment and go check it out for yourself. Thank you so much to Suunto for sending me this watch and allowing me to test out some new tech for you guys. today's big climb done with. Pretty much done completely with the climbing now. So just have a fun, technical little descent, and then we're pretty much done. We did it. 10 miles. 1700 feet of elevation gain, super solid. Felt so good, surprisingly good. That's probably the best I've felt on a run since I have started running since High Lonesome. And yeah, shout out to Suunto for the watch. That watch was awesome, super comfortable, and I'm gonna be honest, the lime green, I like it. It's not too bad. So don't forget to go check them out. But yeah, it didn't get to be as hot as I was thinking it was going to be, which is fabulous. I didn't die of heat exhaustion. Felt good. Legs felt good. Mind felt good. And yeah, just kind of did some reflecting. I haven't run those trails in a little bit, so it felt good to be back out there. But I need to get home, need to shower, got to do a few things, few chores, but I am going to catch you up, fill you in. What have I been up to? How's the running been? Recovery, mental, physical, all of that from High Lonesome, and yeah, the future stuff. So let me throw it to future me, and we'll chat then. We got a guest. Let's see how long this lasts of her sitting with me. Okay, so High Lonesome, we did it. We finished the High Lonesome 2025 100-mile race, and I am so stoked with how my race went. It of course did not go without some sort of problems and obstacles, but all in all, I had the most incredible time. It was the most incredible experience, and everything I could have asked for in a 100-mile race for myself, for the event, for the mountains. It was just absolutely spectacular. So I feel really awesome with how my race went, and just really, really fortunate that I had the opportunity to participate in that race. Recovery, physical recovery from the race, it went better than expected. Maybe I had really low expectations of how recovery would go, but in all honesty, I bounced back pretty quick after High Low. So Saturday, I finished the race around 1:15 in the afternoon, and that afternoon I was having a hard time moving, but I kind of had to go back to the start finish line after I had showered and everything to get my whiskey bottle, and had to move around quite a bit. And I think that was really beneficial because on Sunday I was moving pretty good. A little bit of stiffness upon like standing up or like waking up for the day, but for the most part I was able to move pretty good considering I had ran 100 miles. Okay. And then Monday I was pretty much back to normal, but I was kind of dealing with these waves of just like something would bother me and then it would go away, but then something new would bother me. And when I say bother me, it would just perhaps be a little stiff or sore. Like for example, my low back was a little bit stiff the week after the race, and that would kind of go away, and then it would be like my shoulder was really tight, or I'd have like I don't know, my calf would feel really tight, but I would like wake up the next day, it would be gone, but then like something new would be a little tight. And that pretty much subsided by the following weekend, so about a week after the race. And then I waited, so I finished High Lonesome Saturday 1:15. I did not run until 2 Tuesdays later. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I finished on Saturday, July 19th, and I did not run until Tuesday, July 29th. Yeah, Tuesday, July 29th. So I think that's like 15, no, that's not 15 days. That was like 11, 12 days. So I waited a good bit of time. In between then, I do have to say, I went and I actually crewed at Never Summer for my good friend Mackenzie, which was so fun. That was kind of a nice distraction. Instead of being like, man, I want to go for a run or I want to go out on trail, it kind of just like made me be a little bit more chill. Although crewing isn't necessarily the most chill thing, but either way, it kept me from running. We'll just say that. I didn't run until Tuesday, and my first run back was a 5-mile road run. And initially, actually that run, I just felt so weird. For the first mile and a half, left knee and hamstring were just like, you After about that 1.5 mile mark, the knee pain and hamstring tightness just kind of went away, subsided, but my legs just kind of felt like baby deer, baby giraffe, jello, not like mine, really just unstable and shaky and weird. The following day I ran 5 miles and I pretty much felt back to normal, just a little slow. I ran 8 miles on the road on Friday, then I did my 18-mile trail run yesterday, which did have a lot of hiking, and then I ran today. And that puts me at like 50 miles for the week. I think like just shy of 7,000 feet of gain for the week, and I feel pretty good. I don't feel like I overdid it this week. I feel like that was good for me, my body, my recovery. So my plan is to just kind of hopefully build up a little bit, but I don't plan on going like full crazy anything with training. Actually, hold that thought. We'll get to what to expect for August here in just a second. But as far as like just aches, pains, I do have kind of this weird thing going on with my left heel. Just kind of see what happens. I'm just monitoring it for now. It's not super painful. It's uncomfortable, but not painful. And then I just kind of have noticed some tightness in maybe my hamstrings, a little bit of like leg twitching when I'm laying down in bed at night, which I think is like a magnesium thing. So just have to be a little bit better with taking my multivitamin. But for the most part, I'm shocked at how well I've recovered from High Lonesome. Do I think I'm fully recovered? No. I do think that I maybe in another week or so I'll kind of be fully recovered, but definitely still having some lingering fatigue. That first week after the race I was sleeping a lot. Even, you know, this past week I was pretty tired, but I've just been very mindful of that, energy levels, and tried not to push too much. Why do I think I recovered so well? One, I think just like my mileage and training and, you know, doing everything, doing all the work leading up to the race made my recovery pretty quick. And two, I think lifting really helped my recovery. And I think just like active recovery, like I was doing a lot of dog walks, I was moving around pretty quickly after the race, and just being very mindful of not allowing myself to just sit and be too sedentary. So feeling really stoked to be getting back into running and moving more and getting back into the mountains. So happy with that. Mentally, I'm doing pretty good. And I wanted to talk about this because last year after Never Summer, it was my first big race. Up to Never Summer, I had only run, I think my longest race was like 34 miles, and I dealt with a lot of post-race depression. And I think a lot of that stemmed from the fact that I had spent so much time, so many weeks and months dedicating my training to that race, and so much of my life was structured around my training. And then you run said event, and next thing you know, the event is over, and it's kind of like, whoa, my life lost its direction there for a little bit. Like that kind of structure and focus is now gone. Like what is my life without it? I think having that experience last year kind of gave me a little insight as to like what might come this year, but I have not yet experienced that. And I think there's a variety of reasons. I think one, I ran my race and just really wanted to have a good experience and didn't let the outcome of my race affect me as much as I kind of let how my Never Summer experience ended. I really dwelt on that and got, I don't know, kind of down about me having a rough time towards the last few miles of that race. Secondary, I think alleviating a lot of pressure on myself to quickly return to running and quickly return to training, because I feel like my life needs that direction and purpose and focus. Yes, I do love training, and I love training specifically for an event, but I really genuinely love running and being in the mountains and just enjoying myself and my time in the mountains, and not, sorry, the dog, and not making it all about performance. So I think having experienced that, it helped me a lot. And I also think like processing the fact that 100 miles is not an easy thing to do, especially the High Lonesome 100 as my first 100-mile race. So I'm just like so stoked I finished. I'm so stoked with like the day I had and the experience I had. It's just hard for me at this point in time to feel like sad about it, because it's just, I feel so fortunate for that event and that opportunity. And I also like, I have a few races lined up between now and the end of the year that I think I can kind of show up for, have a good time, enjoy myself. There's no pressure, you know, I can go have fun. And if it's like, okay, I show up, feel good, and I'm like, let's race a little. Other than that, like mentally, I guess like with the race, I feel good. Like I said, I feel really good about the race day I had. That's where we're at mentally. So I feel like that's a good segue into like what's going on with August, what's kind of going on with the future. As far as the channel goes, I am going to continue to finish up that like solo recon recon mini series that I've been adding, and I've started to work on my High Lonesome recap video. It's coming. Otherwise, events, life, what's going on. So I do have two 50Ks that I'm looking to do between now and the end of the year, and I feel like they're spaced out pretty good, and I feel very comfortable training for a 50K at this point in time. I think it would kind of put me at that like baseline I want to maintain without like overdoing it, without hitting any like physical burnout, but mainly like mental burnout. I just think like not committing to doing anything like too big, even over like the 50K mark right now, is good for me personally. Otherwise, I just am trying to enjoy as much of alpine season as I can, trying to stay fresh mentally, body. Otherwise, I am just trying to enjoy as much of what I have left of alpine season as I can, both mentally and physically, without overdoing it. So my biggest focus is just running because I love to run, not because I feel like I have to, not because I'm training for something and I have to hit some sort of quota. And maybe I will sign up for another race that's longer, but at this point in time, I'm like, a couple 50Ks, that's fine. We can do that. And I think they're far enough away where I'm like, it sounds like a fun adventure to look forward to here in the next few months. So that's where I'm at. And I just kind of want to wrap up this video saying, you know, if you have run your A race and you're perhaps struggling a little bit mentally or physically, time. Give yourself a little time, perhaps give yourself a little distance, and I'm not talking about miles. Give yourself some distance from running, you know, like take some time, go on shorter runs, go run in new places, perhaps new terrain, but just know that it is okay to struggle after your A race. Like I said, sometimes it can really feel like you've lost a lot of direction or focus, and it can be kind of hard to like navigate life after your very first ultra or after your A race, and that's okay. So just know you're not alone. It happens to a lot of people. So if you made it to this point in the video, I have to say thank you so much for watching. I'm getting very excited to share my High Lonesome experience with you. I feel like I've pretty much processed the race and some of the crazy moments that I experienced. If you made it to this point in the video, feel free. Let me know. Have you struggled with post-race depression? What did you do to combat that? Did you sign up for another race like me? I also have to say thank you so much to Suunto for sending me the Suunto Run watch. As always, thank you so much to John G for partnering with me. If you're interested in checking out the multi-short that I wore on my run today, click the link down in the description and use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you get out on some trail today, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.